I feel like it's still going to perform better than the short ram intake because all this does is suck up hot air, to be honest, y'all. It's your boy Boost King checking in with a video. Before we get started, hit that like button, comment on the video, and subscribe to the channel. All that good stuff. So I've been missing in action. Haven't really been recording videos because a couple of weekends ago, I think it was last weekend actually, I broke my iPhone and I lost my Motorola. Had to go back to this 7 Plus, and the microphone messed up over here, storage full, so not gonna try to record off of that phone. Wasn't gonna record until I bought a new phone, but I'm like, I don't really have nothing to do today, really looking for something to do, and I'm like, might as well pick up the camera. So let me show y'all what we got going on today. So as y'all know, the BMW has been down since I exploded the tire on the burnout. Honestly, don't care for this car no more because we got like rubber all over the car, and we messed up this bumper, y'all. I know it's simple stuff that can be cleaned, it can be fixed, but I'm just finna get rid of it. I actually wanted to cut this tire, cut the rubber, the excessive rubber off, put this tire up front, and then move that tire in the back and go do some more burnouts, but it's too cold. I have this tire here just looking how it would look on the car, but this actually got to go on the back of the Nissan because one of the tires feel like it's out of balance. It's just giving me a rough ride. So I was gonna do that yesterday, but it got cold, y'all. Like I said, I'm looking for something to do today, which I got something to do. As you see by the title of the video, we will get to that in a minute. This BMW, as y'all know, I plan on taking the motor out of it. The motor, transmission, probably ECU, and some other stuff. I'm gonna try to keep the wheels as well, but I don't have nowhere to store this motor yet. So I'm like, there's no reason for me to start breaking down this motor, and the car won't be able to move at all, and I still won't have nowhere to put the motor. So yeah, that's out the equation. The Mustang getting LS swap after a while, but we still got to get it registered first so we can drive it from shop to shop. So I'm like, I'm not even going to worry about the Mustang. So that means the only car I have left is the Nissan. So we still have the short ram intake on the Nissan. I'm planning on putting the factory air intake on it. It's also, it's turbo weather, y'all. So I want to go ahead and put the factory air intake back on. This is the piece all I needed for the factory air intake. Give me a minute. I would have had the factory air intake back on when I came back from North Carolina, but I was missing that piece. I actually found it in a bag with like my lug nuts or something like that. So yeah, we still have the short ram air intake on here. This is not a cold air intake. The factory intake is actually a cold air intake, and even though it's factory, I feel like it's still going to perform better than the short ram intake because all this does is suck up hot air, to be honest, y'all. And this is ran through like the bottom of the bumper, if it'll focus. Like it's ran down there, y'all, so it pulls in cool air from the outside, and it's like 40 degrees right now, 30 degrees. So I really need to take advantage of this cold air versus this under my hood is probably a few degrees colder, but after the car warms up, y'all, heat soak, it still get extremely hot. So if I'm not mistaken, this is all I need. This is the air intake box, and then this is like the hose. I'm gonna have a clamp on the short ram intake, the aftermarket intake, that'll go right here. And this is the vacuum hose for this vacuum line. This isn't really, I guess you could call this a line, but this is metal, y'all. So I'll probably put this on when I get back. I'm finna go to the store, and I was thinking about just going ahead and swapping it now. Won't give y'all before and after, but I already know how this car drives with it because I've been driving like this for about a year, over 2 years since I was in Orlando, y'all. So I know how it feels with the short ram intake. I put the factory on like once after I got this, but went back to the short air intake. So only thing I'm gonna really lose with this is hearing the forced air sound. I will still get the turbo sound from the blow off valve, but I won't hear. It'll be harder for me to hear the turbo spool up, cause I'm finna hook it up the right way. Put this pipe back on. Um, let's see with this here. Some people when they just got the factory air intake, they say remove this and just leave this open and you can still hear the turbo through that. But that's basically like turning the factory cold air intake into a factory short ram intake, which will be sucking in hot air, and we do not want that. So I'm finna run to the store. Really don't need nothing. Probably get some gas for tomorrow. And after the car warms up, I will give y'all a pull. Let me get y'all a cold start. All right, y'all. So I changed my mind about going to the store. I said I'll just let the car warm up and give y'all some pulls. And honestly, long as I waited for the car to warm up, which is not fully all the way warm, I could have been almost at the store. We have a service engine light, engine soon. Check engine light on the dash. And we have an engine light on the dash basically because of the short rim intake. I will also, when I put the factory on, I will reset the code and see if that fixes the problem. So I'm gonna wait for this truck to go by because yeah, I'm already in the road, y'all. So I'm gonna wait for this truck to go by, and we're going to get on the road. I'm trying to do. I'm gonna do a 10 to 80 miles per hour because you see it's 47 degrees. My car love to spin a lot, y'all. So let me answer this phone and I'll be right back. All right, y'all. So we back on the road. I don't know if I explained what I'm finna do before the phone call, but since this car like to spin a lot and it's already pretty cold outside, so I know I'm not gonna get no traction. We're gonna do a 10 miles per hour to 80 miles per hour road, and I will probably just put the timer and see how long it take us to get the 80 miles per hour with the short ram intake, then 80 miles per hour with the cold ram intake. This car is slow as hell, y'all. I'm gonna keep it a buck. But we're gonna do it anyway just for science purposes. We actually gonna go this way. Let me turn traction off, even though we're going to be rolling. Let me see if y'all can see it. So yo, I'm waiting for the cars to go by and then we will start rolling. Okay, I guess we're gonna do a 20 to 100. Alright, that's 100. And I made my turn. I almost went past my turn. So yeah, it felt okay. I'm running 87 pump gas. I really need 93 in here, so I guess we can test that theory later. And I'm pulling out in front of somebody. So yeah, let me go home, get some air in their tires, and then we'll cut the camera back on. But you see, I got my tools over here. I was trying to put some air in these to see if they can hold air because I was gonna put them on the Nissan, but I really just need to stop playing and get all four tires. All right, so I'm working on. Even though I'm not working on, it's a Dodge Charger, y'all. Her tires just flat. It look like she done run over a nail or something. So we gonna see if it'll hold air. It's a nice car, but she got a flat tire and it's going up. So the cold weather did not do that. I'm gonna say she got a spare tire because I put a spare tire on it. Because if she goes somewhere and come out of like go to work and come back home and got a flat tire, she everywhere. I should have showed y'all that Challenger just went by. He was doing like 80, 90. Y'all heard him. But yeah, I'm gonna let this air up a little bit more. I'm gonna go get the pressure gauge and see if they got a spare tire. Cause I put the spare tire on. I'd rather be working on my Nissan though. All right, y'all. So we got the tire aired up. I talked to my papa. He said it just need to be aired up enough to go down the road to somebody who gonna fix the tire. So that's a plus. Now I got the Nissan over here. It's been cooling off for about 10 minutes and won't take me long to replace the intake. After I get the air intake replaced, we will get back on the road. I guess I can show y'all what it looked like. May show y'all how to repair it. And now I'm out stuttering. I'm gonna actually do that because my YouTube mentor said don't be afraid to post the same video twice, because 9 times out of 10 most people didn't see the first video. So don't be afraid to post it twice. So I'm gonna actually make the tutorial video in here, and then later on down the road I clip this part out the video and make it a whole new video. So yeah, let's get to it. So all I need is a screwdriver, but all I have is a Phillips, which you're going to need a Phillips screwdriver to take off the mass airflow sensor, if y'all can see that. Let's see. So that's a Phillips right there, and then the rest of them for the like clamps, you need a flathead. So let me go find a flathead and we'll get this off. All right, y'all. So we have the short ram intake off. Get some of this up back here, like clean it up since I'm back here. But yeah, ain't nothing down there. I think that's the transmission. So I got him over here. I took a thumbnail. I don't really like the picture. I'm gonna try to spice it up. If I can't, I'll just take some pictures off the internet. But this, of course, is the factory. This is the short ram intake. Shiny chrome isn't always the best. Well, I actually don't know yet. We're going to put the factory air intake on and see if we get more power gains. Actually, I have to download the app to remove the engine light as well, and to see like my engine timing. We still have 87 pump gas, y'all. We still on 87. So after I put 93 in here, y'all, it will perform a whole lot better. We just will have to see what it do on 87 right now, which I'm sure we will still get more power gains because we will be sucking in cool air. Actually, when I did the first pull with the short ram intake, it was okay, but I'm sure the engine bay was still pretty cool. It wasn't as hot all the way up under here because it's pretty cold outside. But yeah, so the short ram intake actually had an advantage. If I would have went to the store like planned and came back and did that pull, it would have been different results, whole different outcome. Y'all, so we ran into a slight issue. I felt like it was not common sense, but it's pretty simple on how to put this back. So I wasn't going to show y'all, but I ran into a couple of issues and was like, might as well pick up the camera, even though you can figure these issues out as well. So this here, the snorkel that was right here in this corner, I had to take that off, which I actually don't believe I had to take it off now. But this box is still too big. Like, oh. So as you see what we finna do, you gotta take the front part of the box off, this part, to get the air intake to sit in the back. After you get the air intake back here, like, let's see, kind of just go in at an angle, get it off of the wire. So once you got air intake in there installed, then you put this back on it, hook the snorkel back up, and I will show y'all the finishing look in a minute. I would prop the camera up, but my camera guy's out the way. He's not here. We got to get some Coca-Cola for the battery. I honestly thought the battery was too big because I've got a new battery since I've took this off. Since the last time I had this on, we got a new battery, and I'm thinking like this battery wasn't that bigger than the factory battery. So yeah, let me get this back together and I'll cut the camera back on. So we're back in the car. Of course, the engine light is still going to be on because I haven't cleared it and we haven't drove like 100, 200 miles. If that fixed the problem, if I just drive this car for about 100 to 200 miles, that engine light will actually set itself off. And that's, hold on y'all, that's literally the only problem with this car was the mass airflow sensor. So now when I trade it in, I don't have to worry about the them questioning the engine light. Don't know if y'all can hear or definitely y'all can feel the tire, but That's the only problem I'm having with this car now is the tire. So when I go to trade it in, they'll probably be a little upset on the test drive because they're going to need at least one new tire. But yeah, as y'all can see, the temperature is similar to where the temperature was at when we first tested the car. So let's go. We can't say it's because the car got hot or anything, because it actually cooled back down. Now I'm still debating on if I should go to the store or not. Like, what do I really need from the store? I can just drink water at the house. So let me go ahead and put my seatbelt on, y'all. I think it's probably going to be faster. Honestly, this may also be, it may be too early to test this because the engine probably still think the short ramp intake is on, which it actually haven't tried the idle rough. Let me rev it, because usually when I rev it, y'all, and let the RPM do whatever they're gonna do after I'm done revving it, it'll kind of like act like it want to shut off, or the RPMs will drop very low. So let's see what it actually do now. Yep, that's what I'm talking about. So it's still doing the same thing. That's because of the blow-off valve. So we're gonna do another 20 to 100 pull. We're currently in Mexico. I feel like it was about the same, y'all. It felt like it took off a little harder. I also wasn't building any boost when I took off. As y'all can see, the RPMs was pretty low. Y'all can't see the boost gauge. I actually wasn't even paying attention to it. But yeah, kind of want to say it was a little slower because I missed my turn. I'm not gonna show y'all the roads because it's not illegal unless y'all know where I'm at. But I went to Mexico. That's all y'all gotta know. Also, I had traction on. It's a myth that traction off give you a little more power. So we're gonna turn around and see if we can do a little better than that. I'm gonna actually drop the gear so we can oh, now it's not shifting, y'all. Yeah, I'm not trying to mess up the transmission. It just stopped shifting. Or I made my gas light come on. So yeah, honestly, y'all, I feel like it did a little better with the aftermarket air intake on, but who knows? I will go and look at the time, and then we will actually know once I compare the times. But what else was I finna say? I done wasted all this gas just driving around when I could have really just went to the store. There's nobody coming, so I'm gonna try to do a little pull, y'all. I'm gonna try to do a dig. We gonna spin, so I'm not gonna rev it. So we're definitely going to eco mode now. And we almost at the store now, so I might as well just keep going. Don't know why my brake light is on, y'all. All right, so Houston, we have a problem. If it's not one thing, it's something else. Okay, so the brake light just went off. Definitely don't know why that was on. That was weird. I have the ABS light. I think that's what that is. That's on because I actually need some brakes. So the brake light is on because it's probably because I do need some brakes, y'all. But that last pull from a dig, it actually surprised me. I think the car probably advanced the timing. I'm not sure. Like it's kind of takes time for the car to reset itself, and I didn't unplug the battery. When you install any parts to your car, especially when it comes to sensors, you want to unplug the negative terminal and disconnect the battery from the car. And then once you got it reinstalled, hook it back up, blase, blase. So, yeah, we're on the road, y'all. I think I'm gonna end the video. I kind of do want to do another pull because my knuckles ashy, and it's not really that ashy. The camera is just overdoing it. But it's cold outside. I've been working on the car. Y'all know the deal. But yeah, I'm very satisfied with that dig. Now we only hit 117. That's what it looked like on the dash. I didn't have the navigation speedometer up on the radio, but looked like I just hurt myself because I'm not gonna lie. With the short ram air intake, we hit. I'm gonna keep it a buck, y'all. The top speed on this car is 123. That's with the air intake on. The governor is at 117, y'all. So I think with the OEM box, it put the governor back to 117. When the short ram intake, I was able to hit 123 because I'm not gonna show y'all my max speed, which I'm telling y'all so I can show y'all. I guess it's not gonna hurt, but I'm not gonna turn the camera around. Let me see. Don't know if y'all can see that, but that's my max speed. Like I say, it's 123 miles per hour. Not too fast, and that's because this car don't have a tune. What you would call it, the governor is still set to 117, and we just hit that governor, y'all. So I'm not gonna put the short ram intake back on it just so I can get 123 again. That's not really a big deal. It's about how quick you get up there. But also, I'm gonna get rid of this car, y'all. Like that's been my plans since I bought the car. But recently, like the past month, since I moved back home, I said I'm gonna get rid of this car and get something else. Y'all just stay tuned for that. But I'm gonna stop rambling.